I hope all is well. And I just got breaking news that the Carolina Panthers are actually benching Bryce Young. Shortly after, of course, losing to the Chargers in epic fashion, it was not a close game. Let's talk about this. Definitely not one of the things that I kind of expected. However, I will say this. If you follow my channel and you understand what I've said about the Panthers and the Jets repeatedly over and over and over, is the fact that these two teams don't really understand how the draft, I guess, works. And I think the Jets finally figured it out. Carolina, on the other hand, they haven't. They went out and they invested on some subpar offensive linemen. And even receivers, Dante Johnson, like, really, bro, from the Steelers. Like, people thought they were making moves, and I said, no, the Panthers did not make enough moves. They actually did not do good at all. They got Xavier Leggett, which, he's great at South Carolina, but in the NFL, when you can't throw the ball to your receivers because you have no offensive line, well, how good is he really? Adam Thielen is aging, obviously. Last year they had DJ Shark, so on and so forth, but this year it's just Mingo's not. No, none of the guys are really who they need to be and where they are right now for Bryce Young. And I'm not mad. I'm not saying like Bryce Young has a part of this where he's not a part of this at all. He is. Like there's some truth to Bryce Young being not as good as he should be. However, I will say this. It all starts from the owner. The owner is just, oh my God, Mr. Tepper is just, whoo. Some people should not run a football organization. You know what I mean? Like some people like Jerry Jones, Tepper and Jerry Jones are about to be best friends. And I'm just sitting here saying to myself more and more, especially if you're a Panthers fan, I feel so sorry for you guys. I feel sorry for you. If you're a Panthers fan, it's not like there's room for improvement because you traded so much to get Bryce Young. And after a season, it's just not working. It's just not working. In a season in 2 games, it's just, no. And measuring sticks that has it that, of course, obviously, the Saints, they look really, really good in their two games that they played. Chargers, they actually look good in the 2 games that they played. I think, and I feel sorry for Canales because he kind of walked into this situation, but even though he should have known what he was getting into with the Panthers, obviously. I think that Bryce Young, he can't be traded. He's not worth tradable. You can't trade for Bryce Young. Can't do that. They don't have anybody that you would want. The guy that they wanted, which was Brian Burns, who they actually let go to New York, that person probably could have got you some draft capital right ahead. Because Carolina's defense was amazing for the past 3 years. That's what happens, man, when you don't utilize the good defense. This is what happens, man. This is what happens. So, X's and O's talk. Is Bryce Young really an NFL quarterback? Most of you are going to be like, no. And if you knew him from Alabama, like I did, I gamble on college football more than NFL. So, if you knew him back in college, he had his flaws too as well. You watch the Arkansas game, you kind of look at the A&M game, stuff like that. You start to see the downfall of Bryce Young. And it came to fruition, obviously, in the NFL, where you're not around talented players. And it's the effect of being a number 1 overall pick. That's what it is. It's the effect of being a number 1 overall pick. They don't already have what you need, so you're not going to a team that's already set and established, right? And speaking of that, I'm definitely going to make a video about Caleb Williams. How does he look in this team if he does do bad? So, I often look at the offensive line and obviously the receivers that he had in his time at Carolina, and it's not like they're all big name guys. They're just a guy. They're just dudes. They just get the ball and do what they can with it. So my biggest thing is, what about the running game? Jonathan Brooks is going to be a great piece added to this offense. I hate the fact that he's not going to turn this. Well, you never know. You never know. Actually, you never know what a player. You never know. I hate the fact that he's injured, so that does kind of hinder the run game for them because you got Chuba and Miles Sanders was supposed to be something great when he got there, and yeah. Anyways, so and this is my thing. really to just bring the point home more and more about the Panthers, more and more with Bryce Young, is why do you bench him if you never set him up the right way? I look at Tim Couch, I look at Alex Smith. These guys were thrown in the line of fire, straight ahead, right? And they were around teams, they were around players and teams that just, I mean, the team was just not established like it should have been. Carolina should have went out and got more aggressive. They had the draft capital. This year they didn't have amazing draft capital, but they were in the first round and they traded back to get Xavier Leggett, which is stupid to me because there were so many offensive linemen they could have drafted, young ones, to get the ball rolling for their new franchise and start to help Bryce Young out. They could have done that. And people are going to be in the comments, we went crazy and free. I don't care about none of that. It's showing right now. This is 2 games in, you still look like the Panthers from 2022. You have not gotten any better since 2022. Sorry, fam. I hate to be you, but I will say this about Bryce Young. As soon as he leaves Carolina, he's probably going to be great because Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield both left Carolina, and they're both starting now. One was because of an unfortunate event. I'm not saying he's doing amazing, but he is 2-0 right now, so that's more than enough for him right there. But and that's Sam Darnold. But I just don't think that starting Andy Dalton is going to solve your problems if you're Carolina. I really don't. But with that being said, we're definitely going to dive into Week 2's reactions and videos and games and highlights and more. But for now, enjoy this video about Carolina, man. Let me know. Hit the like. Drop a comment. Peace.